Okay, get this going. Oh, sorry. Good morning, everyone. I was supposed to be and get this review out the way a couple days ago, but got tied up with a few things. But it's all good and gravy. You can see my beard right here is in full quarantine mode. I gotta do something with this bad boy. So, anyways, let's go get into this movie. The Banker. The Banker, the Banker, the Banker. It was directed by, I hope I'm not butchering this guy's last name, George Nolfi. If you're not familiar with George Nolfi, he also directed The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon. Also, Birth of a Dragon. That was that Bruce Lee film that came out some time ago. I didn't get a chance to see that one, but I didn't hear too many good reviews about it. Um, Also did Ocean's 12 and The Bourne Ultimatum. Yeah, I guess he must be Matt Damon's guy or something like that. I don't know, man. They must be real close. Matt Damon was on pretty much both of these movies, right? All three of these movies. Um, so a little something about this film right here, The Banker. It was Apple bought The Banker for 20 million, and it was supposed to premiere in one of the film festivals last year, but it had some controversy behind it. But we'll get into that controversy later on. I want to go ahead and talk about the film. So the film stars Anthony Mackie as the lead. So happy for him that he got. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's been in a couple. Well, he's been the main main character in some films, but this was a step in the right direction for him after Avengers Endgame and everything. So yeah, I like this was a good look for him. Of course, the phenomenal Samuel Jackson, the lovely and beautiful Nia Long. Still got a crush on her. That's my Nia Long, and also Nicholas Holt. We all know Nicholas Holt from let's see, I believe he was in what was the I can't think of the what was that movie called? Of course, he was in X Men, and he also was in what's that movie that came out? It's gonna get on my nerves. I know it, but I'm drawing a blank right now. What a lovely day! What a lovely day! What was that thing called? See, I'm about to get mad now. I'm about to look this up. Nicholas Holt character. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to give y'all more of a came right up. Um, Mad Max, The Fury Road. There we go. I don't know why. He was in Mad Max, and of course he was in majority of the latest X Men films. We're gonna talk about the X Men films. Not all of them were great. You know what? I'm just gonna get into that before I get mad and upset. So, um, let's go ahead and talk about this film real quick. So, The Banker. It takes place during the 19. Sorry, trying to get everything set up here. During the 1960s. Well, it started off first in the 19. I want to say 1935 ish, 1940s. Um, and it starts off with Anthony Mackie's character when he's a teenager, and it shows him being a shoe shine boy, and there's two white characters, two Caucasian characters who are pretty much talking about banking, talking about problem. Yeah, talk about banking. And Nicholas Holt. After they leave, they pay not Nicholas. They pay Anthony Mackie's character, and then he gets out his notebook and he start writing down. What they're talking about and problem solving and with algebra. He got all these formulas written down on his little notepad, and I thought that was pretty cool. showing his intelligence and how smart he is. Because during those times, that's when black people didn't really know too much, or they did know a lot. But fast forward to the next scene, the two bankers that Anthony Mackie was, his character Bernard, um, was shining their shoes. They were in a meeting with this other banker, and the security guard comes up, pulls him down, and say, "Hey, boy, listen to the white man's conversation. They should be doing it." They take off, and then the security guard says, "I'm gonna tell your father." Then they have a scene with actually Bernard and his father, and he's looking at the formula of what Anthony Mackie been doing, or Bernard's character been doing, pretty much going through all his notes, and he was saying that, boy, you could have got lynched for something like this back in my time. And so right then and there, he was saying that I just wanted to learn more about banking, about these formulas, about the system. And I'm trying to learn to better myself. And so his dad was saying, I guess, well, we need to send you, because they were in Willis, Texas. They're in Willis, Texas, and he was saying Houston will be a good place for you. Shout out to the H. Um, so Houston will be a good place for you. And after that, they just spent on. They didn't much show the remainder of his teenage years. I wish they would have, because that would have been pretty cool. I think to show him. I mean, I know it's kind of nerdy like, but it's. I mean, the film is what it is. But I thought it would be pretty cool to see him, go through a little bit. Probably show like a little 5 minutes of him learning more of these formulas and how he, became so intelligent, because he's very intelligent, highly and very smart, very well educated. And then they could have cut to Anthony Mackie, but there's only so much time you get with these biographies, with these films of people's life. So you're pressed for time, and you can't show everything. So they didn't do that, which is cool. The movie still was great. So they fast forward to him, Bernard, and excuse me, Neil Long's character named Eunice, and their son in a car, and they pull up to Neil Long's uncle house, and they're talking about, hey, we're going for the American dream. We're all in. Sit down with their family, talking about how they're going to go about doing this, go about doing that, how they're going to make money, how to make ends meet. And then he's a go getter. He's one of those go getters where it's like he's that sophisticated go getter. I said I'm going to do it. I'm going after it. I'm going to use my intelligence, and I'm going for it. He's a realtor. So, he's getting these houses, flipping them, selling them, putting in his own furniture, selling to people, selling it to black people. And he's buying it from white people, from Caucasian people. And, that's kind of still frowned upon. And so later on, he meets Calm Meaney's character, who's a very, very good actor. I like him. I got to find more of his films and TV shows. He was on a show called Hell on Wheels. That's the Caucasian guy that he runs into. Has a meeting with him, and they just they weren't clashing, but they were just having a discussion. He was saying that he couldn't, you know, get him in on his loans because of his skin color, and that's just how it was back in that during those times. So he Anthony Mackie's character Bernard just wouldn't take no for an answer. He was still aggressive, but he's that business like aggressive. Like I said, he's trying to get it done. So he goes to the bank, still trying to get a loan. He goes back and they told him no, turn him away. Colmini's character calls him and said, "Hey, look, you really, even if you told me no, even though you told me no, I'm still going to give you a chance because someone of your race, your color, wouldn't have been so wouldn't if you didn't. How do you say it? Pretty much saying that you feel that it's good enough that it'll work and you're that aggressive during these times where race is a big important factor. I believe you. I'm in. Let's go. But let me be the face that uh signs off on these deals, because they're not gonna let him sign off on this deal because his race, his color. So they hit it off good. They start getting this house, getting this home. And so uh try not to ruin the story for you, but Colin Meaney's character winds up passing away in his sleep. So his wife winds up taking all the assets because Anthony Mackie's name wasn't signed off on anything. So and that's just how it was. She gave him an offer. He couldn't make that. He couldn't make that payment because it was so ridiculous, outrageous. So now it's like what am I going to do? I got my family out here. We were doing great things with your husband, but just because of my race, you don't want to continue this with me. And you're taking all the hard work. Both me and your husband did all this hard work, but now you are taking away, these funds and all this hard work that I put in with. I deserve something, but just because skin color, no, it doesn't fly with his wife. So after that happened, earlier within the movie, he winds up meeting Nicholas Holt. Oh, Jesse T. Usher. I think it's Jesse T. Usher. I think he's in the film as well too, with a couple minor parts. He was in Shaft. He plays in the Good Guys. He's the speedster. So he he's in Bernard's Anthony Mackie's character's family, and he wound up dropping him off at this furniture factory where he met Nicholas Holt's character. So the way how they met felt organic. It's not like they just found some random Caucasian guy off the street and start working with him. There's some, but I guess I don't know. But they met through through his Jesse T. Usher's character, and they would help Bernard, putting furniture, while they doing realtor and fixing up the homes and stuff. So they was like, oh yeah, I know this guy. Um, and then it's the only Caucasian guy that I trust that seems has a good heart. So, uh, oh, before that part, his wife, Bernard's wife, Eunice, played by Nia Long's character, she takes Anthony Mackie's character to meet Samuel Jackson character, Gary Morris. They don't hit it off just right, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, and that's where the scene where it gets really funny with Samuel Jackson character. Um, he think yeah, Anthony Mackie's character Bernard is has a stick up his butt, and I like the way how Samuel Jackson says Bernard's name, like Bernard. It's really funny. Yeah, like me, I thought it was really funny the way he says it, how he pronounces it. So you guys get a kick out of that whenever you do see the film. So they don't hit it off right on the same note yet, but of course later on they do. They start working together as well as with Nicholas Holt character, and they're saying we have to train. Pretty much it's a flip. Two highly intelligent guys that has their own business. Samuel Jackson's character Gary Morris runs a nightclub and has other businesses, and of course Anthony Mackie's character Bernard. They have he's a realtor, so they two savvy black men with great businesses, and they know how to work everything. They know how to work these schemes and how to how to get the job done. So they take Nicholas Holt's character, a blue collar worker who just moves furniture, and he's like, I don't. They take him, they train him, teach him math. I'm letting you know right now. Oh, and they also teach him golf. I'm letting you know right now. I got a mean putt putt. Me and you go what's that? Hot shots got no, not hot shots. Whatever that golf place is that everybody goes to. I can't think of that golf place right now. It's early in the morning. Pretty much. Um, you take me go play some golf. We doing putt putt and we doing the other little golf place. I can't do golf like that. No, I can't do it. I can't do math like that. I'm very trash at math. You don't you don't be doing any math with you. Any other subjects in school? I got you. Math, you don't want me in it. So they take him, teach him golf because they said if you're gonna act like these uppity people, you are going to learn how to play a good game of golf, and he becomes very good at it. Very good. Amazing, actually. And you're going to learn this math. So it takes him some time. I think they had to teach him like for about a month or whatever. And once they got him right, he was quick with it. He learned everything they taught him, became better than good. Then that's when they kick things off. They go in, start getting these banks, and start becoming owners of this bank. So it was just pretty funny seeing how, you have this Caucasian guy who's working with these two black males and they're over this whole entire building. And, back in that time, Caucasian people, they're like, oh, no, we can't be working for this, but hey, now you are. So, and that's pretty much the gist of the movie. True, the, the true conflict of the film doesn't start until right when it gets to the getting somewhat closer to the end. That's when the true conflict comes up. And then I don't want to ruin that for you. I just want you guys to go back and watch the film. So everyone knocked it out of the park. Sam was Sam. Of course, Nicholas Holt was Nicholas Holt. Everyone did a really good job on this movie, and I love it. And it was really great to see Anthony Mackie in this role, and it suited him well. Um, no pun intended with the suits. All puns intended. I don't care. But it was a really great film, and I believe you guys will love it. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the controversy a little bit, and then I'm gonna end this video. So the controversy behind this film, which is why it was supposed to come out last year, I think during December, if I'm not mistaken, and they just missed the Oscar. They just missed the Oscar awards season because of the controversy. And this is a film where I want. I would say that if they would have dropped a couple monologues or two, and if they would have add a little bit more the of a little bit more gruesome. Well, I won't say too gruesome, but they could have got a little bit gritty with what happened back in those times. Then I'll probably say maybe maybe the Oscars would have excuse me. Maybe the Oscars would have been like, yeah, let's really throw this in. Let's really go. And plus controversy. But it's still a very great film. If you like Just Mercy, you'll love this film. And Anthony Mackie did drop a monologue at the end of the film, a little small monologue, and you can tell that to me, I gotta go back and watch it. It looked like he was about to tear up and cry a bit, because when he dropped that monologue, and I was like, man, and I was like, got excited. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. But it was great. But back to the controversy. So Bernard Jr., who is also a producer on this film, he his two half sisters accused him of molesting them when they were young. Now, he's not really a main character in the film. They show him as a little baby, a little toddler or whatever, but he's not in the film. And also they were saying that the timeline of this film, everything's not in the place. Everything is not 100% accurate. And you always get that with films like this, like the James Brown film. Everybody was upset about it. They said it was okay or solid, not great, because everything wasn't accurate. Everything didn't fall into line, into the exact um, timeline. And you always get, I feel like you always get that with all these films, and you can't put everything into it. Because I think they were saying that Nia Long's character Eunice wasn't his wife at the time, or his second wife. That I still got to do more research upon that. But that was the main controversy, and I understand why Apple would want to pull it, and why it almost didn't get made, because we're in that Me Too movement, and even if we weren't in the Me Too movement, allegations like this is very, very serious. Um, I mean, this is they're Hollywood. Everyone's trying to clean this up, and we can't have anything like that in anywhere in anyone's business. We can't have no molestation, or molestation or any sexual assault charges. Nah, that doesn't fly. But also Bernard Jr.'s he came out and he said that no, these allegations are false. They're trying to get money. That's their family business. I mean, that's their family situation. Like, that they're just trying to get a handle on. I don't know the whole truth behind it, but so far they worked it out, they talked it out, and apparently because this film got made. Um, so if it did happen, all I can do is that I hope that that I'm pretty sure there's going to be some money involved, um, and they're going to have to work it out between themselves as family members. And I hope that that did not happen. If it did, he's going to have to live with that, and that's his demons that he's going to have to take care of. I'm not going to put anything else. I mean, that's them. I hate that I hope it didn't happen, because we can't do anything like that. If it didn't, and if it's just money that they're seeking, and hope, and just trying to, they're just trying to want them to tell the right story, And I mean, you know how these things go. They probably gonna put out a tell-all book about what really happened, and then they're just gonna have to go from there. Um, so I just pray for them. I pray for that everyone works everything out with one another during that whole scenario, whatever it is that they got going on. I just pray for them and hope they can work things out. Um, and I'm sorry if it really did happen. So, and with that controversy, I know everyone from the directors, producers, the acting crew, they actually wrote something dealing with the controversy. And you could probably find it online. I found like a little snippet of it, and you can see everyone sign off on it from Anthony Mackie to Neil Long to Sam to Nicholas Holt to Jesse Usher, Colin Meaney to the you know photographers to the makeup artists. Everyone signed off on this petition right here. Um, Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? So pretty much they're pretty much defending the film and the letter of defense of the movie. This is what they said. We set out to tell a story we were very passionate about, recounting the remarkable lives of Bernard Garrett Sr. and Joe Morris and their groundbreaking achievements combating racial inequality in the 1950s and 60s. Though we have no way of knowing what may have transpired between Mr. Garrett's children in the 1970s, including the allegations of abuse we have recently been made aware of, our hearts go out to anyone who has suffered. The film itself is not based on the recollections of any Bernard Garrett Sr.'s children, but rather on recorded interviews with Bernard Garrett Sr. himself, conducted in 1995, supported by congressional transcripts, court rulings, and other media articles from the era. We stand by the film and its positive message of empowerment. And it was a powerful message. But I want you guys to. I'm not trying to, gloat over the of what took place during the controversy. But it is a very great and powerful film, and I know people can get inspired by it. And with inspiration, there's also controversy at times. So, like I said, and like the letter said, our hearts go out to these people, and hope they can, get a hold of everything and work things out, whatever really happened. But it is a really great film. You can see it on Apple. I know this is Apple's very first film that they came out with, and um, it's solid. And I know they have another film with Chris Evans and that kid from who played as that was in that was in It, uh, who played as I'm just off today. the Who played in It, pretty much the main kid that was in It, who brother is Georgie. I don't know why, not Georgie himself, but the other guy who was his older brother. I can't think of his name. I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to forgive me on that one. But it's called Defending Jacob, starring Chris Evans and that kid, and it looked really good, looked intense. So I'm looking forward to seeing that too when it comes out on Apple. I don't have Apple. I found other ways to watch the film, but I gotta get Apple. So other than that, it was a great film, despite the controversy behind it. So I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. If you have any comments or want to talk about the controversy or want to talk about anything else in the film, go ahead and comment below or hit me up through my social media. And I believe that is a wrap. So until then, you guys be safe out there throughout this whole COVID-19 thing. Make sure you wash your hands, take a shower when you get in the house. Um, Hand sanitizer, protect yourself, gloves, masks, whatever it is that you do to protect yourself, and to be consistent with it. And practice social distancing, 6 feet, whatever you got to do to get through these hard times. And I'm not sure when this thing will stop, but let's just be careful and make sure we call friends and family members, check on them. If you can help them out. And make sure you stack up on groceries and supplies that you may need during this hard time. With that being said, you guys have a good one. See you next time. Peace.